get ready to take your backyard barbecue to a whole new level. Because the Pioneer Woman is back, kicking off season 40 with a delicious bang. If you thought you knew potluck cookout sides, think again. This episode is all about classic flavors completely elevated. Ree's digging into her favorite show, stopping side dishes, and a dessert so irresistible it'll steal the spotlight from the steak. Let's break down every tasty twist and heartwarming story in the Pioneer Woman Season 40 Episode 1, and I'll explain exactly why this episode sets the tone for a season of pure comfort food magic. Right from the jump, Ree Drummond greets us with her signature charm straight from her Oklahoma ranch. She tells us she's on a mission today to level up those must-have potluck dishes we all love at summer cookouts. We're talking about crowd-pleasing sides, crisp, spicy, saucy, cheesy, and capping it with a dessert that's got both nostalgia and whoa factor. 4 big recipes take center stage this episode: a blueberry crisp dump cake, hot honey corn, maple bourbon baked beans, and the most perfect, crunchy coleslaw. It's a menu built for sharing and designed for sunny memories. Let's dig in. The show opens with Ree's confession: summer cookouts make her giddy, especially the potluck kind where everyone brings their best dish. You never know what you'll get, but you know it'll be good. Ree wastes no time jumping into her first recipe, the show's dessert, a blueberry crisp dump cake. She's especially excited about this because it mashes up 2 of her all-time favorite treats, fruit crisp and dump cake, all in one easy, beautiful dessert. Let's talk dump cakes for a second. Ree says it best: dump cakes are dessert magic. You basically dump everything into a pan and let the oven do the work. She starts off by spreading blueberry pie filling into a baking dish, but here's the twist. She amps up the flavor by scattering fresh blueberries right on top. So you get layers of real, bursting berries and sweet, jammy filling. Instead of mixing, she simply pours a box of vanilla cake mix over the berries, keeps everything dry and loose, and then covers the whole thing with slabs of cold butter. She can't help but tease us about how over-the-top buttery it is. There's no room for guilt in this dessert. But Ree isn't stopping there. On top of the cake mix comes the crisp part of buttery oat and brown sugar crumble, just like you'd find on any good fruit crisp. As she cuts it together, Ree's childhood nostalgia kicks in. She shares stories from her youth, confessing she'd sneak into her mom's kitchen for spoonfuls of that crisp topping, chasing after the flavors she still loves today. Once the topping is spread, everything goes into the oven until bubbling and golden. While that bakes, Ree explains the key to a great dump cake: patience. Don't serve it straight out of the oven. The filling needs time to settle and thicken. Otherwise, you're just scooping a lava flow of berries onto your plate. When it's cooled but still warm, she plates it generously, loving how the crisp oat topping and rich blueberry filling tumble together. She tops hers with a big dollop of whipped cream, but encourages all kinds of ice cream or cream for serving. She takes a nostalgic bite, eyes sparkling, declaring it so delicious and very vintage. After dessert, Ree turns to the heart of every great barbecue: side dishes that almost upstage the meat. And she's starting strong with hot honey corn. She tells us if you bring this to any party, you'll get invited back forever. The process is simple but bold. Start by boiling corn on the cob until tender, slather in butter, and then char under a broiler to get those irresistible blackened spots. But here's where the hot honey comes in its Ree makes a sticky, sweet, and spicy glaze with honey, apple cider vinegar, sliced jalapenos, crushed red pepper, and a dash of hot sauce. As the sauce simmers, the jalapenos candy in the honey and infuse fiery flavor into every bite. Once the corn is broiled, she layers it on a platter and spoons over the hot honey glaze, making sure every cob is glistening and spicy. For that final potluck touch, she garnishes with crumbled cottage cheese or feta if you're in a pinch, and a shower of fresh cilantro, saving the garnishes for just before serving, so everything stays beautiful and fresh. Ree can't help but brainstorm how that hot honey sauce would be perfect on fried chicken too. It's a recipe that begs for experiments and guarantees laughs. Next up, we're diving into Ree's one-pan twist on a classic ET maple bourbon, baked beans. Everyone loves baked beans at a cookout, but Ree's amping them way up. She sautés onion in oil, then layers in a bouquet of flavor, garlic, rosemary, and sage all chopped fine. Into the pot go canned beans. She stresses there's no shame in canned beans here because it's the long, slow baking that creates those caramelized flavors. Before the next step, she turns off the flame and pours in bourbon for a real grown-up punch. The flavors mellow with maple syrup and brown sugar, then crushed red pepper and dry mustard balance out the sweetness. The episode adds another show stealing trick. She breaks up raw sausage right on top of the bean mixture, letting it slow bake and render its flavor into every spoonful. Ree says the sausage almost bakes into a savory crust on top, making it hearty enough to steal the main dish spotlight if meat eaters get to it first. After a long, slow bake and a brief rest so the beans thicken up, she sprinkles on parsley for pop, then serves up bubbling, sweet, saucy beans with that golden sausage crust. In the final stretch, we get Ree's tried and true coleslaw, the crisp, cooling side every cookout needs. She admits coleslaw might seem cliché, but this recipe's special enough to earn a request for an encore performance from her friend Hyacinth. Her secret: she salts the cabbage and peppers first and lets them chill, pulling out excess water and locking in that irresistible crunch. The creamy homemade dressing uses mayo, sour cream, vinegar, chives, mustard, and a dash of hot sauce for zip. After dressing, she piles it in a glass serving dish, tops with fresh parsley, and admires the rainbow colors. This slaw isn't just a side. It's destined for burgers, hot dogs, or eating all on its own. And with that, Ree's packed up her signature sides and is heading off, giant bowl of coleslaw in tow, to Hyacinth's cookout, where the steaks and sausages sizzle, but it's the sides that have everyone talking. You can practically feel the summer sun and hear the laughter through the screen. This episode is a love letter to togetherness, good food, and simple joys made special by a little extra effort and a lot of butter. To wrap it up, Season 40 opens with Ree doing what she does best, bringing old school comfort food into the present, sharing not just recipes but stories, memories, and the kind of home-cooked hospitality that makes every cookout shine a little brighter. Hot honey, corn, maple bourbon baked beans, blueberry crisp dump cake, and the ultimate coleslaw. Each one classic, but lifted higher with a pioneer woman twist. So, what's your go-to dish for a potluck or cookout? Which of Ree's recipes are you dying to try first? The spicy corn, the blue ribbon beans, or that legendary dump cake? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, hit that like button, share with your food-loving friends, And don't forget to subscribe for more delicious deep dives and tasty stories from the best in the kitchen. Catch you next time. Happy cooking!